Hey friends, I made a delicious stuffed pepper soup for supper last night and I'm going to show you how I made it. We're going to start by getting our rice cooking in our rice cooker. And I just love this Jasmine broken rice. It's little pieces rather than the whole grain, but use your favorite rice. And we're going to add 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water into our rice cooker with a little bit of salt. Turn that on and set it aside. I love cooking rice in a rice cooker. It's just so easy. Of course, you can definitely cook this on the stove if you don't have a rice cooker. Now let's get our veggies. I'm going to speed this up so it goes a little bit faster, but you can see I'm going to use 2 kinds of peppers. It does not matter what color they are. I happen to use a red and a green today, just as long as they're the bell peppers. And then we're also going to cut up 1 small onion. Don't you wish that you could always cut this fast? It'd make things a lot easier, right? And now we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to put everything in this big pot. First, we're going to start with 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I love this Amazon Basics pot. This is actually cast iron. It weighs a ton, but it has an enamel coating, which makes it so easy for cleanup and things don't stick to it as well. I love this pot. Anyway, I added my veggies in here and we're just going to start sauteing those. We're just going to start to get them tender. And as they're starting to get tender, I'm going to put my beef in there also. Now you can see I have this tube of beef. We get ours from a butcher. I think if you have a butcher store near you, it is the best way to get beef. See how nice and red that is? It's not very fatty. It's just so much nicer than the grocery store, but use what you can. If you have the opportunity to get beef from a butcher, try it though. Now you know I love this kitchen tool, so I'm going to use it to chop this beef all up. At this point, you can put in some seasonings. I just use salt and pepper. Of course, you can put in any of your favorite seasonings, but I think the veggies and the broths and everything that go in here give it a great flavor. Now, once that meat is all browned, we're going to put in our broth. And I like to use half chicken broth and half beef broth. And I love this stuff by Weiler's, but just use your favorite. So I put in 2 cups of beef, and then I put in 2 cups of chicken. I just think those flavors together along with all the veggies is just a really good combination. I also added 2 cups of plain water. You don't want to use too much broth because it can get salty. Now we're going to add in 1 can of tomato sauce and 1 can of stewed tomatoes. And I will tell you guys, I chopped these up, but do a taste test between stewed tomatoes and diced tomatoes. These are so much more flavorful. I absolutely love cooking with stewed tomatoes instead of diced tomatoes. Now, after that has simmered on your stove for 10 minutes, your rice should be ready, and we're going to add the whole 2.5 cups of rice into this pot. The 1 cup I made exactly 2.5 cups. Then we're going to stir this together, and basically, this is ready to serve. How easy was that? Now, the only thing I'm going to suggest at this point, really anytime you're cooking, is just give it a little taste. Decide if it needs any more salt or pepper. You may want to put garlic or something in here. Any kind of flavors you like, you can definitely add here. This was perfect though. So I'm going to serve it up 2 ways today so I can show you how you can eat this. Of course, eat it any way you want, but the first way I'm going to show you is with croutons. I think that tastes so delicious. They just kind of soak up all the juice and get really soft, and they have a nice garlicky flavor. So definitely you could try this with croutons. And I'll show you one other way, but I'm going to tell you a funny story because I told my husband, I said, I love making all these soups. They're like these great one-pot meals. And he said, honey, isn't all soup a one-pot meal? Anyway, that was funny, but here's another way you can eat it. I just buttered some crusty bread, stuck it in the side, and of course, that made for a great side dish as well. I hope you try this recipe. It's so easy and a great fall comfort food. Thanks for watching.